Hello everyone. Welcome to our second video lecture of Module 1. We're continuing our exploration of cultural humility and multicultural competence. As June describes in the assigned reading, transformative learning is essential to gaining awareness and knowledge. The journaling activities provide experiences that foster transformative learning. A first step in gaining awareness and knowledge of oneself and others is to consider one's biases, thinking styles, and personal identities. In the first journal activity, you explored your personal identities using the sociocultural identity wheel. Now, we're going to engage in another self-awareness activity. I'm going to play two singing voices. For each of the two voices, I want you to identify the gender and the race of the singers. What part or parts of the world do you think the couple is from? So while doing this, I want you to close your eyes and sit back and relax as you listen to the voices. I'm going to play 2 minutes of this recording. All right. Okay, so what I want you to do now is write down the singer's gender, race, and where you think they might be from. Actually write it down. Their gender, race, and where you think they might be from, what part of the world. All right. Now, what I would love to do is actually play the video of the singing. But as I've learned today in creating this video, it's impossible for me to play a video while I am creating a video, apparently, at least with the technology I have. I'm not sure if it's even possible. So what you will do, I'm going to tell you what the video shows, but you can see the video yourselves when you go and pull up the file of the slides, of these actual slides, the PDF, and go to this slide, and you'll be able to go into that link and watch the video yourselves. You can even listen to the recording as well. So what it is, what you will see is it is one singer, and it's a Filipino man singing both voices. So did you guess correctly? The odds are you didn't and answered the way you thought a singer should sound, depending on their gender, right? And that's okay. It's a natural human response to categorize our experiences according to how we've been socialized, thereby creating stereotypes. So what this voice exercise did was introduce you to the concept of implicit bias. And I'm going to read this lengthy definition, but it's important. According to the National Association of School Psychologists, implicit bias is neither deliberate nor intentional, but manifests as an automatic stereotypical response or association made about an individual or group of individuals based on perceived group membership, such as race, gender, nationality, sexual orientation, and age. So how you responded to this exercise, you listened, and I don't know, but I'm betting that many of you thought there was a female singer and a male singer. Unless you already know this singer and heard this singer sing, you might. I have periodically students who know exactly who's singing and have the right answer. But it's a very normal response to guess based on our experiences. So as part of your next journaling assignment, you will be taking an implicit bias test from Harvard University. And so I want you to keep in mind as you take the test that being open-minded is an element of cultural humility. So stay open-minded. Go take the test and experience it, and you will journal about it. Now I'm going to go over intra-communication from the June reading. Intra-communication is what we do when we think in our heads. That is the communication we have with ourselves inside our minds. June describes 4 types of thinking styles. Holistic thinking is consistent with cultural humility. It is non-judgmental and based on a multi-layered, multi-dimensional perspective that takes into account others' perspectives and lived realities. Holistic thinking is reflective rather than defensive. These other thinking styles are not consistent with cultural humility. So linear thinking generalizes from the past events and assumes everything in the future will stay the same. For example, if a student says, I will not do well on tomorrow's test because I didn't do well on the last test, then this reflects linear thinking and doesn't take into account multiple perspectives, such as how well the student studied for the first test. It's possible to study differently or study more, and you actually can do better. But linear thinkers get stuck on what happened before is going to happen again. And that's like a straight line. That's what linear thinking is. Linear thinkers discriminate without considering the individual. For example, children typically learn stereotypes because of parents' past experiences that they hold. An adult might meet someone from a diverse group for the first time and have a negative experience, and that can happen. And then that person will assume that all people from that group are the same. Hierarchical thinking, another thinking style, occurs when individuals put others or themselves into a superior position or an inferior position. So a hierarchy is created between individuals. For example, someone might believe that men are superior to women, and this reflects hierarchical thinking. Dichotomous thinking reflects an either-or mindset, such as good versus bad, us versus them. In the journaling activity that you're doing for this module, you will describe your own examples of each of these types of thinking styles. The last concept I want to introduce in this video is privilege. The word privilege pushes a lot of buttons because of the association made between the word privilege and wealth. They're often connected. But privilege comes in many forms depending on social identity. For example, with respect to gender, there is male privilege, with men in general possessing more societal power than women. Another example is white privilege, where white folks, or those who are white passing, have more advantages than non-white folks. We will explore many forms of privilege in this course. In the journal activity, you will take a privilege test and explore your level of privilege. Have fun with it.